What if I tell you that's actually much simpler to become a genius than you actually think? Hi, my name is Praneel. You might know me as Neil, and today we're going to talk about how to 3x, literally 3x your productivity in just less than 24 hours, right? And it's actually pretty simple. It's not easy, it's simple. People don't realize this, that geniuses are not actually born. Well, they kind of are, but some of them are made. And how geniuses study is by actually using simple, efficient, and strategic study techniques and methods that help them be more productive and get more work done in less time. And I don't think you realize how much that is, how much 3x actually means. You literally get 9 hours of work done in 3 hours. In literally 3 freaking hours. I mean, that's quite respectable, not gonna lie. Now, I'm not going to tell you some secret tips and tricks to help you study faster. What I'm going to do is I'm going to review the traditional study techniques that we use, the process of studying that we follow, and then remove the unnecessary parts out of it, and then compress the process and try to fasten it by using certain strategic techniques. Now, I'm going to address the problems first that you need to solve so that you can better understand why the solutions are working for you, why and how they will help you, and why are they necessary for you to understand. Now, the first thing I'll address is to actually receive the information. The first step of learning is to receive information, is to receive the learning. Now, the most prevalent ways of receiving the information is by reading books or by listening to lectures. For listening to lectures, it's pretty easy. All you need to do is gradually increase the speed of lectures. Aim for 2x, at least 2x, right? And it's going to be uncomfortable at first, it's going to be difficult for you at first, but it's very important for you to actually train your brain to understand and receive and interpret information faster. It's actually going to train your brain to be much more faster at cognitive ability things and things that require cognitive abilities, basically, right? So start with 1.25x, then you start getting comfortable, go on to 1.5x, 1.75x, 1.95x, and 2x. And don't go further, I'm not going to recommend that, then it becomes humanly difficult to do so, right? But yeah, that's one of the things you can do. Now, the second problem is when you're starting with books, it becomes much more interesting and much more better. Let me explain. Okay, so the prevailing wisdom of reading through books and reading and understanding through books is that you read the chapter, you underline and highlight the important parts of it, and then you revise it again multiple times and try to learn it and memorize it. And then you have to continuously and bi-weekly or monthly revise everything, and only after that you realize that it's not only one chapter that you have to study, it's entire fucking syllabus that you need to study, and it starts you start forgetting everything else, right? Relatable, right? So to understand this process and to fix this process, essentially all you need to do is fix the process of learning. The best way to actually learn is to read the chapter, right? Same old thing. You know how to read, right? You read a chapter, you underline the parts, exactly the same process, yet again. And you underline and highlight the parts, and then the side of the notebook, you make an arrow and make it a question, form it into a question. Just form that important point that you highlighted into a question, right? So now once you're done with reading the chapter, all you need to do is when you want to revise that chapter, you open the book again, and maybe at the same night, and maybe the day after that, and maybe the next week. All you do is open the book and read the questions. Don't read the highlighted part, read the questions. What this will do is basically help you retrieve information, to train your brain to retrieve information out of your brain. You're not basically reading the same thing over and over again and trying to revise it. Seeing the question, look at the question, use your cognitive abilities to retrieve the information out of your brain using your own words, hence helping you understand even the most complex of topics in a much better way. It's called active learning, by the way. It's much more effective than the traditional methods. Trust me, believe me. I'll show an example. The book should look like this and something like this. It should not be similar, but it might look like this. The next thing that we want to address is how you solve questions, right? Okay, so you've now received the information, you've learned it, you've revised it, you've understood the topic. Now you want to answer questions. Now you want to practice it by solving more questions, right? The prevailing wisdom is to read the question and write it down, right? That's the way you do that, right? But the best way to do it is to actually put yourself in a time constraint. Putting yourself in a time constraint is the best thing that you can do for yourself, right? You must have noticed that you thought in your brain that, hey, okay, I'm gonna solve 25 questions, and each question is gonna take me 5 minutes, so it's gonna take me 125 minutes to exactly complete all of the questions, right? And you sometimes find it took you more than 125 minutes, right? Relatable, right? So The thing is, what you need to do is just put yourself in time constraint. Don't underestimate yourself, don't overestimate yourself, right? Put yourself in time constraint and then try to solve the questions. Now, what this will essentially do is help you train your brain to solve questions and to work and to optimally work in situations where you're in intense pressure. So you're allowing your brain, you're training your brain to work in high pressure environments, right? Not only that, you're actually gonna help. It's actually, in tracking your time, is actually gonna help you reduce the time later in the future. So not only you're training your brain to work in problematic situations, you're also helping your brain to calculate things faster, to actually work faster, right? It's like killing two birds with one stone, right? It's that easy. So now, by using the active recall method, you're able to understand things in a much faster manner and remember more complex things in a much faster manner. And also, by you solving questions in a time constraint, you're training your brain to work in high pressure environments and also to calculate and visualize things faster. Congratulations, that's the definition of an academic genius. So if you want to thank me for making you a genius, I would settle for a like and a subscribe. And please comment the things that you liked about this video, the things that you didn't like about this video. If you want to give me some feedback, I'm open for it. Few comments are there. And right, yeah, that's all. And if you want to watch me again, please subscribe. I am learning a lot of new things and I want to share this with you. Okay, so thank you, love you, and yeah, bye. And see you soon, maybe. Subscribe though. Yeah, subscribe. Thank you.